Hey everybody, welcome back to House of Grey Rabbit. I am your host, as always, Grey Rabbit 80. And with me, my cohort in crime, Primetime.
How y'all doing?
Now, a couple of weeks back, we watched a very special little movie called ThanksKilling. And that was the last movie you brought over that we did last week. And now we're going to watch the sequel to ThanksKilling 3. We'll get into why the sequel is 3 later on. It's got to be better than 1.
All I gotta say is gobble, gobble, gobble.
And with that, we are about to watch ThanksKilling 3.
I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. That movie's trash.
That was horrible.
What gets me is that the first movie had a budget of like $3,500, so $3,500 for the first movie. The second movie had a Kickstarter campaign that was started to make it, and it was like $19,000 something. People gave them to make this movie.
ThanksKilling 2 has been destroyed.
And it's worse
than the
first one. So if you guys are wondering about ThanksKilling 3, here's why ThanksKilling 3 really should be ThanksKilling 2. Now, the plot of ThanksKilling 3 revolves around the hunt for the last copy of ThanksKilling 2. And ThanksKilling 2 was supposed to be a family-friendly sequel to ThanksKilling. But it was so horrible that it was just obliterated. Like, they burned every copy. Now, of course, this is all just plot armor.
Only one copy remains.
Not real life. Okay? So, ThanksKilling 3, that's why there's no 2. So,
and 2 was supposed to be in space.
Right, because at the end of ThanksKilling 1, he does say it continues in space, and they make that note at the beginning of this movie. Let's just talk about the plot, so everybody can understand what we don't understand. So you have Turkey, which is the official name of the killer turkey. Turkey is looking for the last copy of ThanksKilling 2, because apparently he loved it. Apparently he has a wife turkey.
And a child.
And a child turkey named Niblet. He kills the wife turkey and then takes Niblet with him on his search for
the DVD.
The DVD.
And he ends up killing Niblet and using Niblet's soul to find the last DVD.
Now keep in mind, the last DVD is in the possession of a Muppet. Yes, a Muppet named Yomi, who appears to be like a reject from Sesame Street, really. Who's naked the whole time? Like, why did they not put clothes on this Muppet?
I don't know.
Like, I know that some Muppets don't wear clothes. I grew up in the 80s with Sesame Street, and I understand, but really, like, they did a lot of work on this Muppet's head.
That's it?
That's it. But apparently, Yomi has the last copy, which she doesn't really even think that she has it most of the time. It's just like a side note. And she meets Uncle Donnie.
Well, first of all, she lost her mind.
Yeah.
And she ends up in a garbage trash.
So then this Uncle Donnie character comes along. He's trying to sell something called the Pluckmaster 2000, I think, or 3000, excuse me. I don't know why that's a big part. And I mean, I know later he tries to talk about how he lost his family in a gravy accident. No, a stuffing accident. Stuffing accident with some wolves. There's just like way too many Thanksgiving puns in this movie, and there's like way too many puppets.
Gravy.
There's talking bugs. And what's worse is they're on sticks.
You can actually see the sticks.
There's like, it's obviously a stick holding up a bug or something, and they're just wiggling it. And this is what we get for $120,000. What it comes down to is like there's just constant fight back and forth over who has the DVD and who doesn't. Turkey takes the DVD to hell. Yomi has to go into hell in order to get the thing.
With a Space worm.
with a space worm that rides a giant robot.
Yes.
But then Yomi gets the DVD, defeats Turkey and a couple other things. Turkey has to fight in an 8-bit video game
Against the good turkey.
against the feathering,
Feathering, yeah.
the feathering or the feathered or something. I think it's feathering.
You shall not peck!
There's a Gandalf joke. You know, and what we forgot this whole time was the rapping grandma,
Oh my god.
which was just annoying. I don't even know why it was there. Suffice to say, it's one of the worst looking puppets I've ever seen, and it's it may say 2 jokes that's funny through the whole thing. It's one of those movies that I don't understand. Okay, now side note, like when I was in college, we did a production company and we did a movie, and then there was the idea to then do the 3rd movie, and then come back and do the 2nd movie after we did the 3rd movie, and we were all into like Quentin Tarantino at the time, and there was jump cutting and like putting things out of order to make it interesting, and Evil Dead, Army of Darkness had been one of our favorite movies and stuff. And so there was this idea around like not putting things in order, not doing things the right way because it was different. And that's what I feel like they tried.
But it just didn't work.
But
It horribly did not work.
it didn't work at all. And I understand, like, it had a more plot. I mean, this movie's like almost twice as long as the original movie. And then we watched it on Tubi. Remember, TUBITV. That's where we got it. And if it wasn't for the ads on Tubi, I feel like we could have gotten through it a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Like, every so often I'd be like, thank you, when a commercial would come on.
Oh my god, it was... The only thing I can say, and this is totally off character about this movie, the music. It's the only thing neat about the movie was the music.
I can say compared to other things that we've talked about, like especially I can say the music in this one was extremely good.
Yeah.
Now, I think the same people that did the theme for the first movie, I think did this theme.
Yeah.
The nerd from ThanksKilling is the drummer from the band from the theme from ThanksKilling.
Oh, okay.
And I think because it had kind of a similar sound, but it was a little bit more electronica.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not saying that we know what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
This is just what we believe. I do believe though that the band is the same band.
I love the music.
The special effects are a little subpar. Like there was a part where like it's like this thing, just like a lightning bolt or something comes down and hits the robot and the worm crashing.
Yeah.
It's just straight Adobe effects. I mean, it's something that I could create in Sony Vegas for little or nothing. I mean, that just grabbing some screenshots off the web. It's nothing to write home about when it comes to like. Now there's a couple like the vortex shot. The vortex is okay. I mean, there were a couple of times that I did like. I'm a big fan of the cheesy type stuff, and so like in the beginning when it was supposedly ThanksKilling 2 and they were in the spaceships flying him and the pumpkin pie pilot or whatever, like
pie pilot.
I was kind of like, oh my gosh, it's kind of like War in Space and all those other like 70s like wannabe rip off Star Wars, I was like, now this is why I would have I would have wanted to see ThanksKilling 2 instead of moving straight into ThanksKilling 3.
And of course we had to have the girl.
Talking about the one at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Once again, just like the first one, we have an open shot that entails some brief nudity with a girl. That makes no sense. And I'm not going to be able to show you in clips or anything because it's just against YouTube policy. But it doesn't make sense.
No.
You don't float through outer space with your visor up and parts of your body hanging out. Because to me it was torture.
It was, like I said, the music was the best part of the movie.
From the first 5 minutes of the movie, what in the world?
It made no sense.
Oh my god! It just didn't. It just doesn't. It just doesn't make sense. And when it does make sense, it's like, what was the point of the cartoon cat thing? Was that just to?
I guess because of the Muppets, maybe.
Well, I don't know because there's a cartoon cat that shows up and it has like this beginning of a cartoon that should not ever be made. And the cat shows up later and there's no reason for it. The only thing I can think of, I think it's kind of like Bloodshaq where they made the movie and then they showed it to the producers And the producers were like, well, that's fine, the movie's fine, but it's too short. They went and filmed everybody at the fair, and then spliced that in. So there's like all the craziness, and then go fair. So I'm not trying to do I'm not trying to do a Blood Shack review, for God's sakes. People know Blood Shack, they don't. But I think it's kind of like that. I think they add little cartoon segments and stuff in there because
just to add
it out.
It,
It's 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. 2 hours of my life.
It was atrocious.
You've done a lot of good picking stinkers here lately. Like, I mean, I tend to pick older stuff. Prime tends to pick newer things, or things that are much more modern. As you can always tell mine because it's stuff like Planet of Dinosaurs and stuff like that. But sometimes, like when he first came over and said ThanksKilling, I'd only seen the box cover for ThanksKilling, and I was just like, okay, it's Killer Turkey. And I actually got that like we told you about in the first video, I actually interpreted that as the trauma movie that's about chickens. And so I thought, no, this will be fine. And the first one, at least the first one's quick. You can knock it out in an hour and it's okay. This one just keeps on going.
And the first one had more of a plot. To be honest with you,
I still don't know what the hell the Muppet thing was supposed to be. What was that supposed to mean?
I don't know. And then, of course, the ending, whenever she flies away, and it shows her, but it's like, okay, I don't know. My brain was hurting.
Prime's lost the ability to speak English, is what it is. This movie has hurt his brain.
How do you want to rate this?
How do I want to rate this? Let's see. I'll give it 2 out of 7 bad puns. The only reason I'm giving 2 out of 7 is because Yomi, actually, they put some work, like some of the money went into that thing. I don't know what happened with the grandma. That's the only reason I'm giving it a 2 out of 7.
Worm.
Yeah, or the stick roaches. What are you giving it?
I'll give it about the same.
2 out of 7 with knocking 3 off just because it's bad?
Yeah. Just because of the music. Again. Run.
You've heard it here first, folks. ThanksKilling 3, not what we thought it was going to be. We got this movie this week off of TUBITV, the app that's free that you can get on all your devices, including PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or your phone. Remember that if you've seen this movie, or if you've decided to watch this movie after we talked about it, please leave a comment down below.
And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.
And always remember to punch that like button in the face. And as always, we'll be seeing you.